Hi, my name is Danielle Lusso. This is my Bio 240 Anatomy Physiology class. It is our week 4 lab and we're focusing on the lymphatic system. Today is Sunday, April 1st. It is Easter, 2018. Okay, so I'm going to first start by pointing out a few of the major locations of lymph nodes in the body. The first is going to be our tonsils, which are located in the back of our throat. They're on either side. You can see them if you open your mouth and extend your tongue. The next is going to be our cervical lymph nodes, which are located around here in our neck, in the base of our neck. Our thymus can be found here in the middle of our chest. Our axillary lymph nodes are a group of lymph nodes that are connected in our armpit area. Our spleen is adjacent to and attached to our stomach. It's about right here. The appendix is adjacent to and attached to our large intestine, which is down here. And the Peyer's patches of our body are found in several locations inside of our small intestines, and they actually line the walls of the small intestines. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the flow of lymph in our body. Lymph moves through the body in a circular motion. It goes in one direction and continues. It starts as plasma, and then lymph actually begins as plasma, and it moves through when arterial blood is pumped. A little bit, once it meets the capillaries, it comes to a resting period where a little bit can flow out. The part that escapes the arterial blood becomes extracellular fluid, which is what sits between the cells and the matrix. It doesn't actually enter the cells, it sits around it. And then some of that blood, some of that fluid, once the blood starts moving, 90% of it actually goes back into the bloodstream as plasma, and the 10% that's left over becomes lymph. So like I said, that lymph moves in a circular motion and it goes through its own vessel works. It has its own vessels, its own system of travel, and our vessel system of the lymph actually is parallel to the venous system of the heart. So they move in the same directions. And then, but it doesn't have the difference between the lymphatic system and the cardiovascular system is that lymph doesn't actually have a heart-like structure to pump the lymphatic fluid through the body. It has no way to actually contract itself to force it, so it relies on the contraction of muscles and joints throughout our body, and that's skeletal muscle movement. It moves in an upwards direction, up towards the neck where it finishes its flow, and if we weren't moving our bodies, we wouldn't be able to get it up that far. It flows from blood capillaries to interstitial spaces, and from interstitial spaces it moves to lymphatic capillaries. From lymphatic capillaries it moves to lymphatic vessels. From the vessels it goes through the lymph nodes. From the lymph nodes again to lymphatic vessels, and then to lymphatic ducts. And then once it's there, it moves to the junction of the interjugular and subclavian veins, which is the final part, and then it starts over again going through the blood. So the clean blood moves all the way through to the subclavian veins, and then it is drained in 4 major points of the body. Those drainage centers are usually here, here, down here, and all the points of the body move the drainage into that direction, and then from there it is drained back into the bloodstream so it can start the circle over again. One thing that I did learn is that, like I said, it flows in the venous direction, but that it all moves upwards towards the neck and it ends at the base of the neck. That's where the entire system finalizes in the subclavian veins. So it starts from the interstitial spaces and goes to the subclavian veins, and then it starts completely over again. And that's all I have today for the lymphatic system. Thank you so much for watching.